Oh, well, hello again there, friends and family. So good to see you again. And as you can see, we're back out in Alice. So, hey, we're just going to make a few runs. And if you want to come along, jump on inside. Now, I'm not going to show as we go, but when we stop, we'll get out and check things out. So what do you say? You want to go and see what old Mr. Tom's up to today? If you do, jump on in, buckle up. No fighting or bickering, no picking on each other. And like I always say, there's plenty of room in the trunk, aka the rumble seat. So come on, let's head out for another exciting episode of Mr. Tom's Neighborhood. Well, as you can see, we're at Superfoods, but not the one over by our house on the other side of the river. We're at the main location here on Gilmer. And we're here to find one thing. And I hope they still have it. They had it yesterday. Let's go and see. As you can see, we're going over here to the plant starts. And they only had a few, but I'm hoping they're still having them. Let's take a look. Oh, they got plenty of big tomato plants. Ooh, look at all them tomatoes down in there. For 12 bucks. Well, at least you're off to a good start. Yeah, you would be. That's a bush. Ooh, look at all them tomatoes in there. They look like they're doing mighty fine, and they're in a big, large pot. They're tempting. Maybe I should, but maybe not. What are we here for? Well, they're right down here. Yep. We found some collard greens, just like the ones we bought in 2022. That went all the way through the fall, all the way through 2023, into 2024. And they're still producing, albeit they're blooming and going to seed. So hey, let me grab a few of these and let's get them paid for. And we got other places to go before we go home. Well, you can plainly see we're at Tractor Supply now. Yep, Mr. Tom's making the gardening rounds, and this is the next place that we need to check out. We're going to do a drive-by first and see if they got what we want before we hop out. Now, I'll be leaving y'all in the car in the air conditioning. Now, if I see something interesting that we need, hey, I'll wave at you and you can hop out. They just got a small plant section, and they got stuff like, you know, wood shavings. And they got some stuff over here. Yep. Looks like, oh, stuff for water softeners, maybe? Sure soft? I don't know. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for stuff like peat moss. Well, they got some over on the side, all bundled up there. Yeah, good luck. We'll get some of that out, Mr. Tom. Well, we got a truck coming by. An actual big truck, by the way. Right there. I just can't get away from these massive trucks. But hey, they don't got what I want. And it's getting really hot outside. It's about 87 to 88 right now. Oh, they got all the stuff I need way out here in the bright sunshine. Well, at least we can stay in the car and do a drive-by and see what they got. Yeah, they got something called black gold. Hey, that's peat moss right there. Yes, it is. And that big bale, which that's way too much, is $14.99 because I didn't bring the truck. We're in Alice, you know, my little urban suburban pickup truck, as I refer to her. Yeah, she can carry a lot. Well, darn it. Let's do another roundabout and see what they got. Woo, DQ sounding nice right about now. I know. Y'all are wanting ice cream. I think I could use a cone right now too. But we'll come on down here and see if there's something else we might need before we get out in the blazing sunlight. Well, they got plenty of that there Miracle Grow stuff. Gardening soil, it's expensive. More gardening soil. Potting mix. Look at the prices. Whew, where's the cheap stuff? They got topsoil. Yep, well, I was looking for humus, and it was in that pallet right beside that. That is all out. So I don't think they got anything I need or that I really want. Well, since we're here, let's get out if you want to. And those of you who don't can stay in the car. I'll leave the air and motor on. I set the parking brake. So hey, y'all chill out. Yeah, they got plenty of that pot soil. Got plenty of topsoil. But normally they have what's called humus. It's humus and manure from Scott's. And they don't got it this year. It's a cheap organic fertilizer. 2 cubic feet, Miracle Grow. Woo, $17.99. They say that's a great price. Yeah, I don't think so. Moisture control potting mix, 1 cubic foot, $14.99. Miracle Grow garden soil for trees and shrubs. Don't buy into that. Dirt's dirt. Ain't nothing special. Get the cheapest you can. Just like all these garden soils. Really? Yeah. Moisture control. Sure it does. That's because it's got organic matter in it. For $10.99 for a 1.5 cubic foot bag. Well, I was looking something to add in to refresh my tire planters, my little raised bed, and of course the south side garden bed. Yep. And garden soil works just fine. Whew, $6.99 for 1 cubic foot of Miracle Grow. For 1.5 over here. Oh, for groundwork for $9.99. It just amazes me how high priced dirt can be. Oh, they got it right here. This is what I was looking for. $3.99, we drove right past it. Humus and manure. Yep. Adds humus and organic matter to existing soil. Good stuff. 3/4 of cubic feet, $3.99. Yep. I use this to refresh my beds all the time, and it works just fine. So this adds manure and organic matter to your garden beds and garden too. And we need some of this. So I'm going to have to go inside. So I'm going to have to put y'all back in the car and go pay for about 4 bags for now. Alice can handle that. Whew. Yeah, and on this here hot asphalt parking lot, with that sun blazing down, it's smoking hot. Well, as you can see, we're at our local Walmart super center. You know, minus the automotive part. I don't know why it's a super center. Maybe because it's got groceries. But we're not going in. not unless we find what we want. Yep, we're here to check the garden section. You know, for amendments and stuff. I think I got everything that I really wanted. I picked up some acidifier inside Tractor Supply. I'll show it to you when we get home. But yeah, I was just curious, since I was out and about. We might as well come over here to Walmart and see what it's all about. Well, it looks like Walmart's got all the same things. Yep, they got the pot mixes. They got fertilizer. They got garden soil, planting soil. They got that Pro Mix now. That's jam up pot and soil. If you can find it, I would highly recommend Pro Mix. In the compressed pack, you get a whole lot there. Of course, it ain't cheap either. Now, since you're all here with me, we'll just get out and take a look at it, okay? Woo, it's smoking hot out here on this black asphalt. Let's see what they got. Well, they got Miracle-Gro moist potting soil, 1 cubic foot, $10.97. Now, we don't need that. Over here, they got the 2 cubic feet potting mix, $16.47. It's a scud's cheaper than Tractor Supply. What? By 52 cents. Oh, this is the potting mix. Hey, it grows plants twice as big. 1 cubic foot, $8.97. And of course, then they got their expert Gardner brand 2 cubic foot potting mix for $9.97. And that's the way I would go if I needed potting mix. But I got Pro Mix left from last year. Here's some more of their expert potting mix, 1 cubic foot, $6.97. Such a deal, but it's a better deal getting the 2 cubic foot for $9.97. Like I say, the Pro Mix here, that's went up. Last year it was $14.97. Now it's $17.97. But this is 1 cubic foot compressed, and that's way more than 1 cubic foot loose. Trust me on that. There's a Miracle-Gro garden soil, 1.5 cubic foot, $6.48. Oh, what's this stuff? Oh, this is organic planting soil. I saw it on the website. Green ground use, 1 cubic foot, $6.48. Hey, that might be something to try one time. And then they got the 2 cubic foot for $16.48. Something ain't right there. That's a little bit bright. No, that's 1 cubic foot. And it's showing $16.48. Something ain't right. Oh, and here's your smaller bags. Expert garden soil. That's 1 cubic foot, $3.48. And see, I knew they didn't have the hummus. Or the humus, sorry. Hummus is made from chickpeas. Humus is organic matter and manure. But I knew they had topsoil. And where the topsoil was $3.99 at Tractor Supply, it's $2.97 here at our local Walmart. Of course, they got their own Expert Gardener brand for $2.44. I'd probably still go with the Scott's. I've used it. It does me fine. And then they got some more of the good old Miracle-Gro potting mix down here. You know, moisture potting mix. And you might think there's something magic in this. Yep. There's a lot of wood and sticks that soak up the water, retain it, and give you moisture control. You won't find none of those little glass beads like what come in diapers. And over the under, they got all the different mulches. You can see the prices. I don't need mulch. But I think that's about it for me. I know I'm smoking hot out here. Maybe you are too. Let's get back in Alice and get in the AC for a bit. What do you say? Let's jump in. Well, y'all, we're back at the house. Yep. Finally, it's gotten a little bit overcast. Looks like we got rain coming in from the west. Yep, supposed to have a few showers tonight. Oh, scattered showers tomorrow and hit and miss rain on Sunday, wouldn't you know? Right when I want to start getting planted. But yeah, you've seen what we got. We found us 12 Bonnie collard plants. The same collards we planted all the way back in fall of 2022. Came through the winter. A couple of them, I think 3 bolted during the summer of 2023. The rest came all the way through to this spring, when they bolted this spring. I'm hoping these do the same. And then, you know, you saw when we were at Superfoods, picking up our tomato, pepper plants, and a couple of squash plants. So that's our garden so far. And my plans was between, Saturday, Sunday, getting this all in the ground. But we'll have to see if the weather cooperates. But yeah, you saw me pick up 4 bags. Well, you didn't see me pick them up, and thankfully y'all helped get them in the car. Of this Scott's Premium Humus and Manure Lawn and Garden Soil Conditioner. Yep, and I know this is good stuff. Used it for years. And it gives you instructions on how to use it right on the bag, and I would heed those if I were you. And then it even tells you something even more important right down here. And this is what's in it. This product is formulated with humus from one or more of the following: peat, processed forest products, rice hulls, and or compost, processed manure, and poultry litter. Don't get no more organic than that. Yep, and then it gives you the breakdown on total nitrogen, how much of that is water soluble nitrogen and water insoluble nitrogen. And that's where the slow release comes in. When you see all the organic fertilizers, you know, they all say slow release. Yeah. And the reason they say slow release is because there's a certain percentage based on the makeup of what they're using as a feedstock for each different part of the fertilizer. You know, the N, the P, and the K, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Yeah. So this says 0.043% is water-soluble nitrogen. You know, that's going to get soluble when it comes in contact with water. Then 0.077% is water insoluble. That's going to have to break down over time. It tells you what the available phosphate is 0.06%. And the soluble potash, 0.09%. And these are derived from processed manure and poultry litter. So this, like I said, this product contains 0.077% slowly available nitrogen from poultry litter. And that's the same whether you're getting Espinoma, Dr. Earth, doesn't matter. That's why all of them can say slow release. Well, they are, because the components they use in them have to break down over time. So there you go. It's good stuff. And what I do, like on those tire planters, I'll be putting on about 2 inches of this. Now I'll break up all the soil real good and everything, loosen her up. Never seems to bother my microbial bacteria and fungi. They just all join hands afterwards, is what I found. Yep. And then I'll put a couple inches on this on top. I'll work it into my soil, and I'm ready to plant. There's one thing about this. If done correctly, it won't burn your plants. Now, there is one caveat. If you open up one of these bags and it smells like pneumonia, it ain't ready to use no matter what. Somehow it slipped through and it's not totally composted enough, and it'll be way too hot and can kill your plants. But there's one other reason I like Scott's right down here. Scott's no quibble guarantee. If for any reason you, the customer, are not satisfied with the results after using this product, you are entitled to get your money back. Simply send us evidence of purchase and we will mail you a refund check promptly. There you go. So remember that. Scott's Premium Humus and Manure. Not to be confused with hummus, which is yummy. And then I did pick up, a bag of this Espinoma Organic Soil Acidifier. Said it turns hydrangeas blue. You've seen me use this on the blueberries to keep my pH low. Blueberries love pH between 4.5 and 5.5 maximum. But it will also lower your pH in your garden, raised beds, and container soil. Yes, it will. And as we all know, for the best gardening, you want to be somewhere between 6 and 7, no higher than 7.5, and no lower than 6. But the sweet spot I found for my soil, climate, and microclimate is right about 6.5. And you've seen how I test that. I've showed it to you many times with my meter. And there's nothing to be scared of here. Nope, it's just sulfur. All natural, all organic. 18% free sulfur, 12% combined sulfur. Derived from elemental sulfur and gypsum. There you go. And then of course, we had to get Gracie. We had to run into Superfoods while we were there, paying for the collards, and pick her up an emergency box for Fresh Step. She texted me, "Papa, I'm out of poopy litter." So yeah, that's our start to the gardening year. So there you go. And we'll start it off by putting in at least 6 of those collards and 1 of the tire planters right over there, because that's first up to bat in the morning if it ain't raining, is to get that mess cleaned up. Been a hot one today, and I'm so glad the cloud cover came in. Pardon my appearance. And I really do want to appreciate you coming along and checking everything out and helping me load things up and unload them in alleys. You were quite a lot of help, I must say. Yep, appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your day in Mr. Tom's neighborhood. But the sun's getting low and I gotta go. Kitty chow to make. And then I gotta cook up something for me as well. Maybe you let me know what you're enjoying for your supper tonight. Oh, is that you? Is that you, Speedy? Yeah, I think it is. Speedy, would you sleep on the front porch? You was. Cleo, you coming up the front porch? Food time, food time. You don't want to miss out. There's Spooky coming right behind. Well, guys, let me go in and see what we got. Okay? Okay? You gonna let me know? What do you want? Super supper? Poultry? Fish? Huh? Well, you let me know, okay? I'll be just right inside. Knock on the door before you come in. Yep, well there you go. Later all.